Hermie hated the rain. Why should I get wet? Thought the little dog, as he lay against his soft pillow on the settee. Come on, walkies, said Father. You must be joking, Hermie said to himself, as he pushed his nose deeper into the pillow, hoping not to be seen. Suddenly, there was a loud click as the lead was attached to his collar. Father pulled on the lead, and Hermie made himself as heavy as he could. You'll have to pull harder than that, he mumbled. Slowly Father pulled just hard enough to see the little dog slither over the edge of the settee and onto the floor. Well, you've got me on the floor, but it's still a long way to the door, laughed Hermie to himself. Father pulled harder and harder on his lead as the little dog slid slowly along the deep pile of the white carpet, leaving 2 distinct lines where his claws had been. Shall we put your nice little coat on to keep the rain off? Father asked. Why don't we put the nice little coat back on the nice little hook, and I get back on my nice warm pillow? Grimaced Hermie. The little dog stood patiently as Father attached the lead. Well, how's that? Said Father. It feels just like a little red coat, but I would still prefer it if I could lay on my nice warm pillow, and you hang that nice little red coat back on the nice little hook, Hermie muttered, looking forlornly at the rain outside as Father opened the door. Soon they were both in the car, but with Father a little more excited than Hermie about this ghastly walk. Hermie put his nose on the car window and sighed as the rain trickled down the pane of glass. Father opened the special Hermie box and took a gravy biscuit out. Here you are, Hermie, a lovely biscuit. Oh, for goodness sake! A small dry biscuit in the shape of a bone is hardly an enticement to make me venture out of this car and into the watery unknown. It wasn't long before the car stopped and the door flew open. Come on, out we get, said Father. I think you will find it's only me, not we, Hermie grunted as he reluctantly slid out of the car and onto the cold, wet tarmac. Father merrily walked along the path through the woods and past 2 ladies he knew. Good morning, ladies. Lovely day, don't you think? Oh, yeah, innit, they replied. Hermie looked amazed at the 2 ladies. A nice day, Hermie thought. The only thing nice about today is when I get on my nice warm pillow. 3 more dogs walked past just as he said that. There, Hermie, they don't have coats on and you don't hear them complain about the rain, laughed Father. So what? If they are stupid enough to walk in the rain without coats, then it's not my problem. And my paws are still getting wet. Oh, I see Father is wearing Wellington boots. How fair is that? Oh, Hermie, what is it now? Father looked down with a frustrated frown. I need to examine this patch of grass, as there are some very interesting smells rising from it, Hermie said, while pulling even harder on his extending lead. Father eventually managed to pull Hermie for another few feet when... this is it. Hermie thought as Father waited yet again. What is it now? Did you miss that blade of grass yesterday? Father sarcastically laughed. Hermie looked up and thought, oh, you big hypocrite. How many times do you get up at night and pee? He suddenly got into the crouch position, and Father waited as a contribution appeared. There you are. Wasn't that worth waiting for? Hermie sniggered to himself. Father felt deep into his pocket and found what he thought was the last bag. Hope he doesn't do any more or I'm stuffed. Father and Hermie wandered along to the next poo bin, and he dropped to the contribution in. Father saw the car in the distance and picked up the pace a little, until suddenly there was another yank on the lead. He looked around only to see Hermie crouched again. Oh no, I've no more bags! Hermie quickly got up and smiled up at Father, as if to say, That got you worried? Hermie looked into the distance and suddenly had a new lease of life. He pulled Father as hard as he could, as he thought of the warmth and dryness of his lovely blanket. The car door opened and Hermie leapt with joy onto the nice, comfy blanket. Would you like another biscuit? Father placed a shaped biscuit in front of Hermie. Oh, lovely. Another dry, tasteless treat. Would there be any chance of another flavour in the Hermie box? Hermie suggested. As so far the selection has been pretty poor. Did you like that? Father said as he started the drive home. Father, I hated every minute of the silly walk, except possibly the 2 tasteless treats. Now please take me home to my pillow. Soon they were home, and Hermie waited patiently as Father opened the door. Hermie tugged on the lead as Father got the big brown towel out of the cupboard. Shall we dry our paws, Hermie? You'll have to be gentle and get between my toes, as I don't want sore paws. Thank you very much, Hermie said under his breath. Father lifted each paw and gently dried between each toe. Oh, that's quite nice. Maybe you'd like to do behind my ears next. All done, exclaimed Father. I think not, Hermie thought, looking up at Father. What about my ears? Father looked down at Hermie and covered his head with the towel. He rubbed and rubbed Hermie's head and carefully dried behind his ears. There, we are all down now. Father leant down and unclipped the lead from the collar. Hermie quickly jumped up onto his favourite part of the settee and settled his weary head down on the warm pillow. Oh, at last, comfort, Hermie sighed, as he slowly nodded off into a dream world full of doggy things.